My name is Amber. I'm standing in the middle of what was once my home, looking at the shocked faces of David, his mother Mildred, his son Leo, and Leo's wife Lily. The air is thick with tension, and I can feel the weight of all the years of sacrifice and heartbreak. It all started when I met David at a charity event in Seattle. He was 45, a successful architect who had recently gone through a divorce and was raising his 10-year-old son, Leo, on his own. There was something about his calm and confident demeanor that made me feel safe. We dated for 2 years, and then got married. When I told David that I couldn't have children due to a medical condition, he held me close and said he married me for me, not for kids. I believed him wholeheartedly. After our wedding, David suggested we move in with his mother, Mildred, in her large, old-fashioned house in the suburbs. Mildred was a well-to-do and rather strict woman. The first time I met her, she gave me a polite smile and said, "If you take good care of my son, you'll be welcome here." I thought I had found a new family. To balance work and home, I switched from my full-time job as a nurse at a local hospital to part-time. David promised to handle the finances, and I just needed to help around the house. At first, things seemed okay. I cooked, cleaned, and Mildred took Leo to and from school. But soon, I felt like an outsider. Leo barely talked to me, no matter how hard I tried to connect with him. One day, I overheard Mildred whispering to Leo, "Remember, your real mom is the best, and no one can replace her." My heart sank. I never wanted to replace anyone. I just wanted to be part of the family. But Mildred always made me feel like I didn't belong. As time went on, Mildred became more and more critical of everything I did. From how I folded clothes to how I made dinner, she always had something to say. I tried to be patient, thinking things would get better. But they only got worse. When Leo graduated from high school and moved out, the situation at home took a turn for the worse. Mildred stopped doing any chores, and all the housework fell on me. She became even more nitpicky, constantly finding fault with my every move. One evening, I made David's favorite steak. Just as I was about to serve it, Mildred blocked my way and said, "Do you think you can cook as well as Leo's real mom? Leo once said your cooking made him sick." I felt invisible in my own home. David seemed to be oblivious to my suffering. He went to work as usual, hugged me out of habit, but never asked how I was doing. Then, one day, I came home to hear Mildred's excited voice saying, "Finally, a grandchild. Thank you, Leo." I was stunned. Leo and Lily were expecting a baby, and they were moving back home. Mildred didn't even look at me when she said they needed the space, and I should leave. David just stood there, avoiding my eyes and shrugging helplessly. That was the last straw. I decided to leave. I called a moving company and started packing my things. David said he was out of town for work, but he took no luggage, which made me suspicious. That evening, I stopped at a bar we used to go to. A young bartender recognized me and told me that David had been coming in a lot lately, always with a woman. I started to dig deeper and found evidence of his affair with a woman named Carol. I sent David an email asking him to meet me at the house to talk. When I arrived that Thursday night, I was ready to face them all. I showed them the bills. All the rent, utilities, and other expenses for the past year had been paid from my account. I also told them that the lease was in my name. If Leo and Lily wanted to live here, they had to pay the rent. Then I dropped the bombshell. I showed them a photo of David with Carol. The room went silent. David finally agreed to sign the divorce papers. 3 weeks later, I moved into a small apartment. I went back to full-time work at the hospital and started teaching new nurses. I got rid of all the things I had bought to please Mildred and bought myself things I liked. One day, I received a letter from Leo. He apologized for not understanding me before and said he now realized how much I had sacrificed. Reading his letter, I felt a sense of closure. I knew I had made the right decision. I've learned that sometimes walking away is the only way to find yourself again. I'm finally living for myself, and I'm happier than I've ever been.